Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new thoughts, analysis, and rant. This time it is the newly announced Samsung Galaxy Z Flip number 4. We are on the 4th iteration of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. Just so you know, yes, I did have hands-on with this flip, including the fold, at the Samsung store. Spend 30 minutes each, but I think this one caught my eye. Could it be a future phone that I will buy? Maybe. But give you my thoughts, analysis, and rant on the Galaxy Z Flip 4. So let me give you my thoughts. It's a minor upgrade. I don't think it matches its pricing to specs ratio. I still think it's overpriced, same as the Z Fold 4. But nonetheless, this is much more refined. It's definitely much more finesse. It's like a millimeter thinner, and it's actually not as bulky as the previous predecessor. It's kind of funny how a few millimeters actually changes the way that the phone is held or hold, depending on how you want to put it. So also the flip action is absolutely great. Kind of remember when I used to have Nokia flip phones. Also, I went to the store and I thought I overheard somebody says that it does not have Samsung DeX. And if it does not, that is absolutely too bad, and I'm going to talk about that into the rant. But I still think if you are going to pick and choose which one is to get, flip or the fold, I think the flip is definitely a better buy than the fold. But then again, that depends on your use case or your preference. But in the end, I think this is still overpriced and only receive minor updates when it comes to specifications. So let's talk about its specs. Okay, obviously this is a flip phone factor. The front is made from Gorilla Glass Victus Plus. Not only that, the screen is made from foldable AMOLED 6.7 inch total with 1080 and 2640 pixels. That's 426 pixel per inch density. Wow, this is why the front camera almost disappears. That's absolutely amazing. Also, there's a small AMOLED screen at the front. That's 260 by 12 pixels. Comes with Android 12. Comes with the new Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. I don't even know why they call it that, but whatever. No expandable micro SD. Models in terms of storage is 128 gigs with 8 gigs of RAM, 256, 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs with 8 gigs of RAM. So basically 8 gigs of RAM. This is exactly what I mean. Not a good spec monsters. Cameras. 2 cameras. That's 12 megapixels f1.8 with OIS and 12 megapixels f2.2 ultra wide. From what I've been told and also heard is that the widescreen did not change. And in terms of the video functionality, 4K 3060 frames per second, 1080 60 and 240 frames per second. The front camera is 10 megapixels f2.4, which is pretty good. And then video is 4K 30 frames per second. It does not have a headphone jack, which is too bad, even though they keep saying it's tuned by AKG. What does that even mean? Well, in any case, Bluetooth has Bluetooth 5.2 that can send audio at the 32-bit. Also, it has wireless charging at 15 watts. It can also fast charge 25 watts, 30 minutes to a 50% charged battery. And so the battery is actually 3700 milliamps. That's 400 more compared to the previous predecessor. Also, colors would be red, khaki, navy, blue, yellow, white, pink, gold, graphite, or purple, depending on where you are in the world. And so in terms of pricing, could be from $900 to $1,300 depending on where you are in the world. Also the conversion rate, so wherever you might be. In terms of accessories, it will come in multiple cases, covers, and also accessorize the front panels and also the back, depending on the kind of personality you have. You might be eclectic, eccentric, you might be outrageous, but nonetheless, it is your phone. Now, let's get into the analysis. Will this move market share? No, but I do think it will. I think more people is gonna buy this than the Fold. Also, the form factor of this is actually much more easier since it flips down to a smaller phone or form factor or smaller device. Also, I'm kind of intrigued by this phone. But just talking about market share wise, it might actually attract more consumers to it than its previous predecessor. Again, this is much more refined and much more finesse. And also, depending on the sales, I do believe that you should only get this when it comes on sale. Also, there are people who love this form factor, so I think this phone is ready for prime time after working out all the kinks, bugs, or errors, whatever you want to call it, and also checking out the durability. I think more people are going to be much more attracted to this. Not only that, Samsung can finally say that they are the one who finally refined the flip smartphone era, whatever you want to call it. But I think in the future we'll probably see more of this. But again, we'll see how this will perform, and then we'll see how the consumer will react to this. Again, I am intrigued by this phone, so we'll see. Now, going on to a rant here. Number one is that I need to know why Samsung did not market this as that comes with Dex. Dex is a pretty cool software. Not only that, this actually is a game changer when it comes to working from home or when you're working overseas. Now, I do know that the Fold is confirmed with Dex, but for some reason this is not confirmed. Maybe I'm wrong. Also, this does not have micro SD expandability when Samsung's talking about creating more selfies with this phone. There's even a selfie mode. You don't need a stand. Not only that, the durability in terms of the hinge, they said they refined it, they made it better, they make it even smaller. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, that is part of the rant because I've had experience with flip phones before and I know when they break. Also, there's so many colors that I don't even think they're gonna bring all that colors here in the US. We're from what it looks like, we're only gonna get the yellow, blue, black, and white. That might be the only thing that we'll probably get. And again, just like the Fold, I'm not happy with it. There's no headphone jack because they keep talking about 32-bit of audio, which again, I'm not even sure if Wi-Fi can even, or the Bluetooth can even do that. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Additionally, is that every storage model 128, 256, and 512 is only 8 gigs of RAM. This is why I do think this phone is overpriced, just like the Fold. You should only get this when it's on sale. But you know what? Talking about the positive on the screen, since I saw this in person, they actually have a screen protector already installed, which is pretty good. Give credit where it's due. Also, this is IPX8 water resistant. You can actually submerge this, and I have actually seen it submerge, which was pretty cool. So to conclude, should you buy this phone? You should only buy this phone at a sale or a discount price. Should you want to own this phone? Maybe, that's up to you. Am I going to own this phone? Maybe in the future. Maybe when the price goes down. But honestly, I don't think this worth well its current asking price. Also, I do think that the accessories overpriced, just like other phones out there with their accessories. But nonetheless, in terms of technology and also advancement, this is definitely a great device, just like the Fold. There's no doubt that Samsung is definitely um, innovating and also creating better devices. Just so happens that the Fold and the Flip 4 did not get the major upgrades as its previous model had. There's only the it's only a minor update compared to 3 to 4, but 1 to 2 was a major, 2 to 3 was major, and 3 to 4 it's minor. So that is basically it for my thoughts, analysis, and rant for the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4. I will see you on the next thoughts, analysis, and rant. Bye bye.